Hello?
Hold on. Wait a minute. Do it again.
Hello? Hello?
No,
Testing.
no audio.
Still no audio?
There's still no audio.
I don't know. All my audio sources are on full.
Now you got it. You actually
Hello?
got it now. You got it down now.
Sorry for that. Okay. Yes, because you have audio on. Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's the same thing.
Howdy, everyone. Sorry for the delay, but I had to work through some technical difficulties, unfortunately, and I thought it would be better if y'all could see the train rather than me trying to work on figuring out the audio. Anyway, I don't think I have the audio quite perfect, but it's good enough for now. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I wish you could have heard the horn, but also please don't mind the echo in the background. There's some people standing around me that I have to do the audio through the laptop. So I have to use the mic on the laptop. I have a frog.
Oh, your camera was off.
Thank you. Nice catch.
Oh.
Hey, babe. Did you get anything sound?
No.
I'm gonna see what the chat saying. Hey Josh, I've got no sound. Yeah, still no sound. Cool cats though. Hey sound, I hear you.
No, I didn't get any sound.
Well, I can have the photos.
I'm sorry, babe. I was so upset when I was failed.
No, I still have this from the other one.
It's like it's not mapping the live stream. It's like 2 seconds.
Well, yeah,
It's like 10 seconds behind.
I know. Alright, y'all, this is my second ever live stream. My first one was interesting and very exciting to catch 3 trains, but today it's a bit less coming through at this point. I had some technical difficulties with sound and camera equipment, but I'm trying to work through this and try and figure out some better live streaming capabilities. But this is why I'm out here. This is why I'm live streaming for y'all. Even if I have some technical difficulties, we're working through them together. But unfortunately for now, it's a little quiet on the tracks. So my live stream setup, I am using Camon live streaming app on my Android cell phone, streaming to my laptop through Streamlabs OBS software. And that's pretty much it. I have to apparently use the microphone on my laptop for the audio, while it says I have audio coming through from my camera source, but apparently you guys can't hear me. So this is my current setup. But at least, hopefully now, y'all can hear me. We can have some fun just kind of sitting here and chatting for a little bit, waiting to see if we get some more trains coming through. I suppose if any of y'all in chat have any experience with live streaming, either through Streamlabs or cell phone or anything, please give me some tips and comments on perhaps how I can make this a little better in the future. Well then, so unfortunately that means that because I have to stay close to my laptop, I cannot wander around showing off anything, but at least this is a good experience. I'm trying to learn some more of this live streaming setup, so at the very least, I hope y'all are enjoying the view from here in Navasota. It's a little overcast, but still a very pleasant day. Well, I do have my radio scanner on, so y'all can still listen to some BNSF rail chatter. Unfortunately, the BNSF that just came through, I missed it as I was coming in. So I'm sorry I couldn't get that for y'all, but it sounds like they're still close enough that you can hear them chatting on the radio. Well, unfortunately, it seems like it's going to be a quiet morning here in Navasota. So the scanner I'm using is the Uniden Bearcat BC125AT. I picked this up, when did I get it? Probably almost a year ago at this point. I've had it for quite a while. It's a very useful scanner. It has, I guess I can show off some features while we're waiting. And get that in there. Turn on the light. It's not easy to do one-handed, but it is one of the reasons I purchased this scanner is that it came pre-programmed with all of the default railroad scanning channels. Let's see if I can get a better view. There we go. So there I have it set on, you'll see it set on railroad. So that is service channel 5. It has other like weather channels, police, fire, emergency vehicle scanners, other shortwave radio scanners, stuff like that. I just leave this on railroad. That's the only one I care about. It scans through all of the channels, and I have it set up to just display run through everything and just kind of pick up on the audio for whatever channel it can find. The only other thing that I've done with this scanner is I purchased an additional antenna that is specifically built. Quite get it on, but this antenna that I have attached to the scanner is specifically tuned just for the standard railroad frequencies. I can't remember where I purchased the antenna. I can come back and I'll leave a link in the chat when I can look it up later for you guys. But I've had very good luck with the scanner. I've had no issues with it, and unfortunately Union Pacific is very quiet. They do not like to talk on the scanner. I hardly ever hear Union Pacific. The only time that I have heard them is when they're talking with BNSF, coordinating at this diamond here in town. But mainly, I just like having the scanner. It's cool to hear some of the chatter, and especially since BNSF is very talkative, they don't come through quite as often, but they do like to talk. And so when they do come through, then I can pick up chatter for quite some time. Also, when I do go down, I like to go to Brenham occasionally to pick up some trains. Brenham is only BNSF. And so when I'm sitting down in Brenham, you can hear the BNSF chatter for a little bit. Unfortunately, Brenham is also not a very busy line. They're not a main line. Like, again, this isn't a main line, so they don't come through here very often. But when they do, you can hear them chatting for a little ways. And Brenham also has a defect detector. The scanner that I have here will also pick up the defect detector frequencies. And so when I'm down in Brenham, what I mainly use the scanner for is listening for that defect detector. It's one of the more popular ways of trying to figure out where the trains are. So I know in Brenham, the defect detector, it takes the train approximately 2 minutes, I believe, to get from the defect detector to where I usually sit. So I know when I hear the defect detector that there is a train coming. One of the reasons also that I really need to use the Skinner in Brenham. Brenham is a quiet zone. The entire city of Brenham, no train horns. Which is also unfortunate for railfanning videos, but that's another discussion for another time. Or later, but Brenham is completely quiet. And so a train will just completely sneak up on you, especially if it's coming from the other direction, the opposite from the defect detector. Yeah, I wish there was a defect detector that I could pick up from down here in downtown. I believe the Union Pacific defect detector is several miles out of the city, down the street. I cannot pick up the signal from that far away. But so for anyone joining the chat now, I had some unfortunate difficulties earlier where I wasn't having audio, but we did manage to catch a southbound Union Pacific gravel train. I honestly wish I'd been able to record that because it had a really cool horn. But anyway, howdy to everyone. Oh, JC Fowler, he said from Temple. Man, I haven't been to Temple in probably 6 years. I know they have an Amtrak station down in Temple. I was thinking of going there one time, taking the Amtrak, riding it up to Dallas just for a little bit. Unfortunately, that is probably the closest Amtrak station to where I'm at now. That's convenient to get to. I haven't actually railfanned in Temple before. I know there's some train lines there, Amtrak, but I don't actually know what else runs through Temple, honestly. I don't know if that's Union Pacific or BNSF in that territory, unfortunately. I'd have to look that up later. Oh, good to know it's BNSF. My scanner would be useful over there. Oh, I heard a train horn. Let's see if I can actually get my camera set up real quick. Let's see, this time I will have the audio on.
Testament audio.
Well, I wish I could get better audio for you guys. I don't know which train is going to be coming through, but unfortunately I cannot leave the Union Pacific tracks with my current setup. But we'll make do. So can y'all hear that horn in the chat? I can see the crossing guards going down off in the distance. That is Union Pacific. Well, for those of you just tuning in, this is train number 2, first with sound. Well, how about that catch? That was 2 leads and 1 DPU.
I got water in the car.
You just set it down. Keep my tripod in.
Okay. I want you to watch too.
Yeah, that was the train we caught earlier was heading southbound. That train is heading towards Houston from here. And that was carrying, I know, fully loaded gravel. I could see it. It stopped at, there's a siding that's a couple miles south of here. Just on the outskirts of town. So, one of these trains had to have stopped at that siding. This train is heading northbound. It was coming from Houston, this track goes into Bryan College Station and then splits off to whatever direction they want to go. Which, it's also another gravel train. So we got one heading northbound and one heading southbound so far today. Now, the next opportunity would be if we caught another train heading northbound, which could easily come through, or if there was a train heading southbound, there's a siding in Milliken. The Milliken siding is several miles up the track from here. I've caught a couple trains there, usually at night, but that is the next closest passing point for the trains that are on the north side. So, as far as the horn goes, I really wish I could pick up. Yes, I know everybody knows that. But yeah, I wish I could just easily recognize
He's such a nice guy.
Recognize the horn just based on the sound, especially over a live stream like you guys can. And yes, I believe the speed limit through town is 15 to 20 miles an hour. The only time I've seen trains come through here pretty quickly before, but those are mostly in the evening. And any train that's going to be running through the main line UP tracks has to run through turnout, and so trains that are coming through that turnout are naturally going to be speed limited. Any train that is... So, for those of you that did not join me for my last live stream, I caught 3 trains, one of which was coming from the Eureka sub. Now, a little bit of backstory for you guys. That day I caught, it was 3 trains. There was 1 on the Eureka sub, 2 on the Navasota sub. Now, the lines that you see here next to me, this is the Navasota sub. Down off in the distance, you can see there's a turnout. Now, the turnout from here goes left from this direction. That heads south to Houston. The straight ahead, straight tracks, those head towards Hempstead. I don't recall where they go from there, but they head towards Hempstead. But those tracks, that is the very beginning or end of the Eureka sub, the Union Pacific Eureka sub.
Still recording.
So, one of the reasons why we get so many Union Pacific trains coming through here is that we have 2 subdivisions that merge right here in town. I cannot recall off the top of my head which rail lines those used to be.
Southern Pacific and Cotton Belt.
Sure. But at the same time, there is also the BNSF tracks that run through town. Those BNSF tracks, there's no turnouts anywhere around us, and they are just past that switch, that turnout. There is a diamond where the BNSF tracks cross over the very end of the Eureka sub. And the BNSF sub that runs through here is the Conroe sub. It's the BNSF Conroe sub. Rod, there are no Amtrak trains that pass through here. There are no passenger trains that run along either of these lines. The closest I believe the closest Amtrak station to where I am at now is going to be the Houston Amtrak station. I know there is also another Amtrak station that is in Temple. The Amtrak station in Houston is the Sunset Limited, which runs east to west. The Amtrak station in Temple runs north to south. I believe they meet in San Antonio. And I cannot recall the north to south line. But unfortunately, neither of those lines run through here. Oh. So, I'd like to welcome my brother to the chat, Adam Myers. So for you, if it wasn't that obvious. Alright, so welcome to anybody that is just joining the live stream. As a recap, we've had some technical difficulties in the early end. I had no sound. The train came through. Y'all couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear it either through any of my recording equipment, which was very unfortunate. It had a really cool horn. There was a second train that came through. That one, I at least got some audio to come through, so y'all can hear me now. And we've just been sitting here chatting on this very overcast day. I'm actually in the back of my car. Just sitting by the tracks chatting with you guys. Well, I hope you guys have been enjoying this little chat and some of the talk about the area. I know I don't railfan a lot of different places, but I do railfan Navasota a lot, and I'm trying to definitely learn a lot more about this area, especially for myself and you guys, so I can share my knowledge. And yes, I'm definitely following the social distancing guidelines as best that I can. I believe that we've seen 2 different people in the last month, and that's pretty much it. We've been to the grocery store twice. Yes, we've only been to the grocery store twice for emergency milk, basically, and horse feed. Because unfortunately, the horses don't know how to stockpile their own food. They still need to be fed. Yeah, we're sitting here, we're hanging out, watching the double red, chatting about trains and other things. Yep. So still a very quiet day here in downtown Navasota. Typical Sunday, nice and quiet. Definitely a very good day to sit and watch some trains.
Signal down there is red as well.
I figured. So, unfortunately, there are no schedules for any of the trains that come through town.
Nope, never.
But the only thing I've noticed is that it's more likely to catch trains on a Sunday around noon. So,
It's 11:57.
last time I streamed was, I believe, 12 to 1 or 1 to 2, something like that. I got here at 11 o'clock. The first train came through at probably 11:15. The second train came through about half an hour later. I haven't... On an average day, the train traffic appears to be slightly down, but coming through town, not really. There's still goods that need to be moved. So we caught the two trains that came through are rock trains, both heading in opposite directions. But the industry is just, you can't shut down everything.
I guess there's a radio. I don't know why. I was over there earlier and I saw this abandoned railroad for two lines of furry. I was confused. And then I looked at it and it just curved in. It was not there. I was like, why are they surprised it's abandoned? There's no way to tell when the next train comes. Like, you have to guess on whether the next train will come because there really is no way of knowing when it will come.
Hey, Matthew, your mom says hi.
Are you serious?
Check your chat.
Are you serious? What? How does she chat? Oh, I hate her. She embarrasses me a lot. That's why I have to I'm like, oh, Mom, I gotta do this.
Well, at least with Amtrak, you know when and where every Amtrak train is going to be. That's like the easiest way to railfan, in my opinion. I wish Amtrak came through here. I'd be here for, I'd know exactly when I could get some catches. All right. Guys, we got train number 3. I gotta get my camera turned on.
I run for it.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. I can't go to the BNSF lines.
I will run for it. That does sound like BNSF.
I gotta reposition my camera. Well, we're just sitting here waiting on the slow train to come around the corner. Let's find out if it's BNSF or Union Pacific. That's always a fun game to play, right?
Mm-hmm. They always come around the corner, you don't even know which one's which. You just have to guess by their horn.
still can't tell.
Wait, hold on.
The gates are going down, so it's getting close. It's Union Pacific.
Yeah, that's Union.
Yep. Alright, that's a Union Pacific train.
Gravel train.
Readjust my camera.
Yeah, it's a gravel train. It's just supposed to be, that's it.
Alright. Everybody wave.
Nice catch.
All right, so what did y'all think of that? That is the third gravel train that has come through town. That one was also heading north, following the last one that just came through heading north. Lots of gravel today.
Issues. Everything's going.
Turn off my camera.
Well, despite the issues, this is my second live stream and second 3-train catch live stream. I also only have about 5 minutes left on my laptop battery.
Make sure to charge it.
It was charged full when I...
Oh.
It's a laptop. It only lasts like an hour.
Did you catch it?
Well, guys, that was me.
He had to put his camera there, so he just pushed him out of the way. Oh man, he just got dirt all over his. Oh.
Oh, she got the battery low indicator on my laptop. That lasted a while. Yeah, we've been live for 1 hour and 8 minutes, looks like. I've got 30% left on my phone, but 5% left on my laptop. So, unfortunately, that is our time limiter. We'll go ahead and end the stream there. I hope you all have had fun hanging out with me. We caught 3 trains today. There was 1 heading south, 2 heading north, all gravel, all Union Pacific. So, from downtown Navasota, this is Josh, signing off.
Thank you for watching.